Yeah, what's up, people? It's yet another episode on Let's Go. I'm your host, Amon Piri, and my guest today is
Mr. J Soda TV, but you can call me Joshua Kachimera Sodal.
okay. So as you can see, you're able to see from the Jets that we've got the champions.
Got the Gunners.
2026, the champions. After 22 years, and finally, you guys have made it. Eh? This is like same as Liverpool in 2020. Eh?
No, that was during lockdown. That was during lockdown.
But anyway, congratulations for being the champions for 2026. You guys really put up a good show there.
Yeah.
But to be honest, do you think that what's this? Manchester United, Man City, just maybe they slipped. You guys were almost.
Okay, as an Arsenal fan, I would say that they kind of slipped because the City that we all knew could beat a team maybe 4-0 or 3-0 by halftime. But lately these days, it's been more like there's been a shift in the team. But we all saw that without Rodri, they couldn't win games. Without Kevin De Bruyne, they couldn't win games. And now you could see that players are falling off. Phil Foden. Foden was their star man. Yeah. When it came to the first two seasons when Arteta ended second, Foden was the player that would end dreams. But now I would say that, City kind of slipped, and it gave us an opportunity to climb on top of them.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah. I think on that one, you guys were really happy, and I could see all over social media it was red.
Nah, if you think about it, people like my dad, they experienced the Invincibles, they experienced the other 1990 something Chateau Free, but this is my first title, and it was I was livid. I was livid.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah.
No, because if you look at it from my perspective, is that I was only born in what can I say, 2000. I was born in 2001. So experiencing the Invincibles, I couldn't see that. I was still trying to understand: is it to support Liverpool? Is it support? But after that, it was mostly seeing my team end second, third, fourth. I think Wenger kept us in top four for at least until 2016, 2015. Yes. But then, obviously, people won't see that as an achievement because ending second is still a bad thing. But okay, it's Arsenal. People consider us the bad team to do so many things. But if you look at United had to go through the gutter. And then
I'm United, by the way.
I wouldn't try to bite you guys, but United and Liverpool, they're the pride of the pride of England because they are more titles than us. They've really dominated England. You already know Fergie time. That's a known term for United fans, and United really have us some good players in the past. They robbed Van Persie from us.
But now I think we still have good players. I just don't know why you've been sliding back, but
yes,
good part. It's even we performed well. At least we're playing Champions League.
No, I can't disagree. Bruno has really provided for the team this season. Maguire as well. That's really star man, and also your good signing of Sesko and Cunha and Buemo. Those are very good signings. Yeah.
Right. Can we talk about the raw Taylor boom? For the second, my mates say Arsenal killed. My mates say Arsenal killed football this year. Can you really celebrate winning if that's boring? Even United in 2008 played better stuff.
You know what? I can't really be the kill police at this point. I can't be the kill police because in the end, everyone, I think as an Arsenal fan, we've all been saying 1-0 to the Arsenal. We've been saying that for a long time, but obviously, yes, we've been playing boring football, but that boring football is what's saving our games because in the end, we get 3 points, and 3 points is what wins your games. And for me, I can't complain.
Fair enough.
I can't complain.
But you think you relied too much on set passes and time wasting because it feels stuck under pressure sometimes.
Yes.
Would you get more respect if you played like City?
I think we'd get more respect if we played like City, but then they would say that we're winning easy games. Maybe people try to look for the best, I mean, the worst of it by saying, no, their best players were injured. No, Arsenal just had the referee to help them. No, Arsenal, Arsenal, people always find an agenda against Arsenal.
Let's not talk about people. What do you say?
Okay, and so that we do we okay, as an Arsenal fan, if we play like 5-0, 4-0, I think we did play like that when we had the green kit and everything. We'd win games 4-0, 5-0. Even that season where we just lost one game, that was against Aston Villa, the one for 2-0 at the Emirates. But the previous games, we beat Villa 4-0, beat them 3-0, 5-0. But we still won those games, and people say, no, Arsenal are killing the game and everything. But I enjoyed it either way.
Football people,
It's
what I
football.
mean, that's back and
But if we
forth.
play like City, I'd say yes. I'd say we'd be good. But at the end of the day, it's been defense that have saved us this season.
Yeah, sure. I'll give you this stopping City run mad to the league interesting game again.
Yes.
It's got that 2007 and 2008 feel. United versus Chelsea,
Yes.
the dropper time, you know.
Ah,
But do
no.
you but do rivals fans actually respect it? Or are we all just saying wait till next year?
I think obviously rival fans will say wait till next year because there's so many things happening. We've already seen Pep is leaving, Klopp has already gone. Most of the star players from Man City are now looking to leave because they're looking at is Maresca going to consider me, or should I start looking for other considerations? Because Maresca isn't Pep, but Maresca has won trophies. But then you look at other teams, Man United are doing very well. Michael Carrick has kept them. I think this year they're top of the league in terms of points. And then if you look at your players, Cunha and them, and if Bruno stays, that's a definite win in a certain cup. Maybe even the Champions League or the Premier League. It's still a chance, yes. Yes. And then Arsenal would still have to find a way to keep some players because even after winning the league, there's still some players will still look for other opportunities. We still have Odegaard and them, but most players are leaving. I know Ben White might leave. Norgard may be looking for other places, and people will be looking for more game time. Dowman and the like. But Chelsea have now got Alonso. Tottenham have got the new manager, but it's still a doubt. But we shall see. Next season is a different season.
Yeah, let's see about that.
Hmm.
So if you win the Champions League too, are we putting this on the top 3 Premier League season ever? Like City's 100 points or Liverpool's 2019 to 2020?
I wouldn't really compare Liverpool season for 2019 2020 because they did it during the time when people like were. I think we didn't watch football for like 3 months, 2 months, and then you expect them to go back in the league and win. Everyone was even saying just end the season, just cancel the season because they also canceled the Ballon d'Or for that season. So I'd say I'd put it top because we've won the Premier League and the Champions League. Obviously, people expected us to win the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, but we fell short, and you can't beat the City that has been into finals. Yeah.
All right, the one. Arsenal players pulling out of the international due to during the title.
Oof.
Smart or shady move?
It was a smart move and a shady move because in the end we still moved some players that wanted to play international football, and because of that, it led to some players not being called up for the World Cup, but there's some are being called up. But I say it's people were trying to compare it to Man United to Fergie time. We used to say Ferguson used to lie about certain players being injured so that he saves them for the Premier League, because in the end, international games were always just like they're just opportunities for players to get injured. We saw that with players like from Spain, Pedri and them, they got injured and some of them missed the whole season and then led to their teams losing the league.
Yeah, and do you think maybe players would do that because maybe the what's this? The clubs offer more money than here. What's this?
The international GT. Okay, I would say for most countries they pay very well, but then in the end, it's a very smart move because it's an international game that's, I think, per season they're like 6 or 8 games, but then they're playing the Premier League, that's like 38 games. They're playing the Champions League, that's more games. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you answered this one when we
Mhm.
started. Do you think referees treat us an because of these and set passes? Feels like every week there's a new for and the keeper debate.
For me, it's more in a way that the Premier League is inconsistent because in the end, there are some games where you can say Arsenal should have also been given a non-goal because of those options. Because if you look at the game for I think it was the second game against United, there was that option that also Bender was his infringed by Saliba. But then they didn't look at that. And then if you look at the next game, they'll say no, the keeper was infringed. And then obviously the third last game against West Ham, Raya was held and everything. But then people look at other games that Arsenal did the same against others. But why is it now that it's now being given to them? So in that way, I can say the Premier League is just inconsistent because Arsenal bring receipts that there are so many times that we were be wronged, but then we lost the league because of that.
I won't argue about that.
That one, yeah, I will argue.
So this squad actually completes. Or do you still need the 25 balls striker? Because I'm not convinced Jesus and Havertz have enough to defeat it.
I think for this coming new season, I think the only player that Arteta will keep is between the two is Havertz. Because Havertz, if you look at him, he's very good at the area ability. He's good in jumping, and in terms of set pieces, he helps in terms of Gabriel Saliba and himself. So me, I'd say this coming new season, obviously, I already know Gabriel Jesus. This is his last season, and he's won a trophy to end it. And players like Trossard and everything are leaving. So we still need that 25 goal striker. We have Yokare, so we need to find someone that would provide because Odegaard was practically injured for most of the season. Eze, Eze is also a ball carrier, so he also wants to score. So you also have to think about other players that they also want to do what Yokare wants to do. Yeah.
Interesting. What about Don? Not worried that putting well wishes 2020, 2011 levels of pressure on an 18-year-old.
He's actually 16, and I'm very shocked that he's gone so much. But for me, it's more in a way that they're putting too much pressure on him because it's the way that they put pressure on Nwaneri. Nwaneri was said to be the good player that we're going to have this season to like help Saka when he's injured. But now that Madueke was playing good games, he had to go on loan to Marseille. Now he's going to Marseille. We're hearing stories that he couldn't even make the first team. He's coming off the bench, and there's also some disciplinary issues. So I'm not sure about that. But then putting it on Dauman is still young, so I'd say even you can even give him to an Arsenal manager or a previous Arsenal player who's now a manager to go on loan to him and be a good player for them, and then. But if Arteta wants to play him, then if it's good for him. But then if you look at players like Michael Owen, his career ended because he started young and injuries came to hurt him. Yeah.
A year ago, you were Atlas, and now you're champions. What changed most? Mentality, tactics, or experience?
I think I'll say we managed to have mentality and experience because we had players like Rice. Rice helped the team, and he practically gambled his he gambled his aura, like to say he gambled his aura by saying that it's not done yet. The league is not done yet, and there's still a chance to win the title. I think that was after the loss against Bournemouth, in which it hurt me and hurt other fans. But we did very well. I can't say it was bad, but in terms of mentality, I think it was mentality because most games we'd score and then concede, and then we tried to come back from that and we fail, and then we ended with a draw, which was not good for us because at the end of the day, may I'd say that people shouldn't hurt us because we managed to win the games that we failed last season. West Ham, Aston Villa. Obviously, Aston Villa beat
Small teams, eh?
those. That's the problem.
Yeah.
We lose to bare teams. We beat Bournemouth at their home, but they came with all the fight and beat us at ours. So we need to win games that we lost to last season, and we did that. And then if you look at games against Man City, we could have done more, but in the end, when you're the big team, you're a big team.
Sure.
Yeah.
I know you're an Arsenal fan, but there are players that we look up to, like, I would ask you this, between Ronaldo and Messi.
Quick fire, that was Messi. I say I'll give it to Messi.
Why?
Messi because I've seen his technical ability and he's very good. And then obviously you have that option that Messi had the ability, he had the gift. Ronaldo had to work for that gift. He was in Manchester, went to Madrid. I think Madrid is where he had most goals. And then you have to compare to other leagues. He still had over 100 goals in each league that he played in, but except Portugal. I know in United he had over 100. Real Madrid 450 and above, and then Juventus also over 100. Now Nassau over 100. He did very well. So I'd give it to Messi, maybe because he's done a lot, but he's been a one club man again. But I'd still say Messi.
Pep or Mourinho?
Okay, Pep didn't do it. Pep didn't do it in Porto, so I'd say Jose Mourinho. Yeah, I'd say Jose Mourinho.
Premier League or Champions League?
Both. I'd say both because those are big competitions. But I'd say obviously the Champions League because you become the world. Is it? I don't know if it's world champions or European champions, but you become the European champions. So yeah.
Haaland or Mbappe?
Oh no!
Wow.
Haaland got a treble. Haaland managed to get a treble. He got a Champions League, Premier League, and I think the Carabao. But I think for me, I'd say I'll give it to Mbappe. Mbappe because he managed to take his country to 2 World Cup finals. We won one and managed to have a hat trick in the second. And yeah, you can't just do that on a random. You can't do that on a
You
random.
go Mbappe, you won. So last one, okay.
Okay. Karishawali on a good day. Karishawali on a good day. I still say Arsenal, to be honest. But I still say Arsenal. But if you were to say Prime Zambia could go toe to toe with Arsenal, and I wouldn't complain.
Yeah, it's sad that we still. I mean, we should be talking about
the kind, yes. We're talking about.
Okay.
If you look at
What's really happened with our Zambian team?
To be honest with me, it's the type of thing where when you watch it, when your country is playing, you don't even care. That's the bad thing.
Because a lot of times when your Zambia is playing, it's like you need to put a bottle of water or a cup of water.
Because like you're watching. I think is it that we have this record where when we go to the group stages, we don't win a game.
That's the thing.
How is it that the last time we won a group stage game was the time that we won the AFCON?
Yes.
Which was not. It's not a very good record to me. But if we can find a way to boost our team, we just have to find a way to boost our confidence. Because at the end of the day, we had players like Charlie Musonda. He was supposed to play for Zambia, but chose to play for Belgium, and it didn't go the right way. But he still had a good career. But we've lost so many talents to European countries, and they're not choosing to come play for Zambia. Come play for Zambia. Come play for Zambia. Zambia is your country. But then you just look at them. It's like there's no confidence in some players. And then you expect, and sometimes also the team management is bad. Team management. Just saying, why did this guy start?
That's coming from. That's the root cause of it.
Yes. Why didn't this guy start? You start saying, okay, why did Fashion start here? How come Lamek started I think he started last minute against Morocco, but he was playing so well in the last minute.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Today it was nice talking to you, the champions of
Same to you.
Yeah. So until then, see you on the next episode. It's been your guy, Amon Piri, and
your boy Jay Soda.
By the way, before we cut, who do you want to feature on this podcast next?
Who do you want to feature on this?
a soccer fan or a football agent? Any?
You know, these Zambian TikTokers, but I forget their names.
Okay.
I forget their names, but I think you should get this guy from Phoenix. This guy, Pancharello Chama.
Okay.
Should really get him to come on this podcast. He's very good. Zambian. He's very good in the Zambian roots of football and also European football. So I'd get him.
All right. When you watch it, we want you here.